Hello everyone, welcome to Leaders Speak. This is where we talk on anything and everything about logistics. Talking to the leaders of this industry, the masterminds enabling a smooth transport of goods from point A to point B. Be it your favorite Washington apples, a life-saving drug, or the latest iPhone 16. I am Rajarshi Chatterjee from the Stat Media Group, and here with us we have Gautam Kapoor, the Chief Operating Officer at Shiprocket, India's homegrown e-commerce enablement platform. Welcome, Gautam. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Rajshri. Thanks a lot. Lovely being here.
So, Gautam, today we can see the consumer's attention span, or the patience, in fact, is becoming very low. And whatever we want it fast, we want it now. And clearly, the line between e-commerce and quick commerce is vanishing.
Yeah,
And a few years back, if we had to buy a new mobile phone, we had to go to a store, wait there, and get the mobile phone.
yeah,
The scenario changed with the likes of Amazon and Flipkart. We could get it delivered in 5 to 7 days from the comfort of our home. Then one day, and now it's just 10 minutes.
yeah.
So, from your point of view, how do you think this sector has evolved? How the e commerce sector has changed and the logistics behind it?
From a consumer standpoint, you've mentioned it bang on how it's becoming super easy, and it's a very Indian phenomena also. Most of the developed economies are actually still behind us, European, Australian economies, from how you order something and you get it at home. But anything moving from 5 days to now 10 minutes, it's a massive supply chain. It's a change, right? It's all happening in the back end to be able to do this. There is whole amount of inventory planning, how you store inventory across the country, and then how do you build your replenishment and your supply chain models around this. So, just to summarize this, right? A 10-minute delivery would mean that there will be massive warehouses outside the city who will be your feeder warehouses. If you're in a large city like Bombay or say Delhi NCR, about 50 to 100 kilometers away, there'll be a large 3 lakh square feet warehouse or a 4 lakh square feet warehouse housing all type of commodities from all the things that you get 3,000, 4,000 SKUs today that you get from Blinkit, and that will replenish into these dark stores which are closer to your house more than maybe twice or thrice or sometimes more than that for certain type of categories, and they will come to the dark store every 3 4 hours, and then you place an order and there's a rider sitting out there just to wait for your order, and as and when the order comes, the the quick picking of that item from the store will happen almost the same way that you go and buy it from a department store, but it's just somebody else who's doing that job within the dark store and then putting it on a bike and bring it to you in 15 minutes. That's contrasting from how 4 day, 5 day supply chain really works. That follows a more hub and spoke model where there are large warehouses, but then that inventory moves once a day into a hub and spoke. Then there are riders who do milk runs who deliver to your house. And the whole thing can take anywhere from 1 day to 4 days to 5 days, depending on where is the inventory stored. So basically, it's a costly and it has to be very, very efficient supply chain, a very, very efficient inventory planning, and a very, very efficient supply chain technology behind it to be able to make sure that this happens.
So, you mentioned costly.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is
so,
costly, right? Because replenish goods that quickly and have a rider come to you every for that 10-minute delivery is quite expensive.
right, right. And that cost come down to the end customer?
Different businesses are doing it differently. I think when you look at a Blinkit or an Amazon, also some part of that cost is coming either as a commission that they earn from as a platform, or they charge you as a delivery charge. But I think the model itself is changing. So when businesses are buying more from e-commerce today, we as a parallel economy of offline business which is happening today, Today also we get our medicines from the medicine store near our house. I don't know about you, but that's true for me. And there is a delivery boy who's there as well, who's picking up who's getting this material picked up from the delivery store near you, from that shop to your house, and they that's how it happens.
Right, right. And I was just checking that Shiprocket has launched this Shiprocket Quick, right, very recently.
So you buy from a medicine shop, and that person who the medicine shop has hired comes to you to actually deliver the goods. It's exactly that replica. It works because the inventory is that close to you, and that's not true. That's just not true for only medicine. But think about all the things that you buy locally. You buy grocery locally, you buy vegetables locally, and then that capability for you to be able to get it at home on a phone call or a WhatsApp message with that vendor is the value that is being replicated by a quick commerce platform. What is additional, which is happening there, is that there are other commodities that you buy locally also. If you go to this arcade of shops near your house, you will not just get medicine, grocery, and vegetables, but you will also get things like utensils. You will get small like some electronics, some electrical items. You will get stationery. You will get and some basic garments, right? So things like those are actually around your house. Unlike that, you don't have to go to a mall or a shopping center to buy those things. You can buy them around your house. I think that is also a lot of value, which is now quick commerce companies are inventorizing those goods. But at the same time, these shops or these local stores have a lot of inventory. They have the range of SKUs more than the quick commerce platforms, and they are slowly and steadily enabling themselves to also behave in a manner where you can speak to them and they can send the item to you at your house instead of you coming to that shopping arcade every time you want to get something or buy something.
Right, right. And I believe Shiprocket is catering to that market with its new product, Shiprocket Quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we dive deeper into Shiprocket Quick, I think let's get to the problem statement first. So, according to you, what is that missing puzzle that Shiprocket Quick is solving, and what made you launch this particular offering?
I think in your initial comment on the changing buyer behavior, a lot of buyers still are not keen on making that doing that travel, even if it's a short distance, parking their vehicle, going into the shop or a store to be able to buy the commodity that they want. They know what they want to buy. In some cases, they don't even know what they want to buy. So yeah, that is one aspect of the problem where they are saying that, okay, fine, I can get this. If I can get this over a phone call, it will reduce my effort. It will, if I'm busy, it doesn't mean that everybody's lazy, but it means that people are getting more busier at work. They need something at home. They're not at home itself. They call somebody and say, okay, deliver this at home. So that is the experience. I think this one is the weakness of things, and the second is getting the goods to your house instead of going and buying those goods. The second part of a very important thing which is happening now, and it's not just a problem; it is an opportunity. It is as a consumer, you are now looking for places that you could buy. Like you go and look for restaurants online and say that, okay, fine, I want to go and eat something today. Let me go and find a restaurant to do that today. People are also going and buying things. Like, I love to give this example, uh, uh, and this was one of the main reasons we I thought about and I spoke about this solution internally into the company also. I have a 4-year-old daughter. She had to go for a birthday party, right? And she had to buy a return gift, and I was given the duty to do so, and I was busy, not lazy, but did not order that in time. Now, either I had to search for a shop near my house which could have goods like this because I moved into this new location. So I did not know the shop. Unlike others, people can know the shop, but I did a simple Google search, looked for a store, messaged him over WhatsApp. He messaged back. He sent me a catalog of toys, which are good for return gifts at a value that I wanted, say 1,000 rupees. And the pictures were sent to me with the prices. And I said, okay, fine, I like this one. And what I know is 20 minutes later, the person has, I have paid him by UPI. He has put that, given it to a rider, and the rider has brought it to my house in a pristine packed condition, which I can just give it further on. So it is important for that business owner, because he has just got a new customer, and every shop that I mean now everything that I order in the same manner. So he's got new business from me. I got the convenience of a good shop, which had more than I don't know 5,000 SKUs, maybe 10,000 SKUs of toys for kids now, because I have a young daughter that is like a every week or every once every month exercise to buy something or an activity that I need to buy. So that experience, being able to, and I've never gone to that store ever, but I know it's near my house, but I never gone to that store. So that the whole thing has, and that transpires for fashion also. That transpires for a lot of things. You buy something from somebody, that that particular t-shirt or a shirt fits you. You say, okay, do you have another color in this size? The person, yes, I'll send you four. So there are two things. One is the changing behavior of the customer, and the second is being local business, being able to use Google, Instagram, Facebook for being able to be discovered by customers or consumers, to be able to then speak to them, or WhatsApp them, or transact them through UPI, and then actually without going, get the goods at their house immediately. That is what this is really about, right? This problem.
Yeah, so maybe you can tell us how Shiprocket Quick works. Like, what is the entire process? Like, if I'm a lay who doesn't know how this thing works, can you explain the process?
From a process, from a signing up and onboarding and using this service, that's pretty easy. You download the application, you put in your mobile number, recharge your wallet, and you start shipping with us. You put in your pickup address, you put in your delivery address, you put details of your commodity that you're selling, and somebody should be there ASAP to pick it up and deliver to your customer. It goes up till 60 kilometers. Any package which can fit into a bag and it is lower than the weight of 20 kgs fits that transaction. When you think about 20 kgs and fits into a bag, there are several things that you could ship right now. The user can, it's very super easy for the user if we're able to use Shiprocket Quick. The value, I think, what we're trying to deliver for the customer, there's another way I explain this, is that it's like when you in a busy hour, you have to catch a cab from your office back to home, and you open Uber and you open Ola and you open Do Smart and maybe a fourth taxi company, be able to catch a cab, and you're opening all of them saying, oh, where can I get a driver as ASAP, and what is the lowest price? So what we've done is that this local delivery, on demand local delivery, there are several known and unknown companies which are already there. Example like Porter or a Borzo, and there are several unknown which service other food category businesses, etc., which we brought on our platform. So what we do is, if you generate a demand for a rider, we send this demand across all partners which are on the platform, to be able to take up that particular task, or that particular task that you've given at immediately, so that it's a competition between everybody. Whoever is closest will pick it up and come and pick it up quickly for you. So that is what we do at the back end, so that you can get the rider ASAP, as fast as possible, which you might not be able to get in using single platform, because you're talking to all the platforms, and get the best price, because everybody else is competing for your order. That is the value that we're trying to deliver to the customer: fastest delivery, the fastest assignment of a rider, and ensuring it gets delivered to your customer ASAP, as per the distance. And all this is done at a cost which is the most competitive cost at that point of time.
Right, right. So correct me if I'm wrong. Unlike Blinkits and Zeptos, you don't have your own inventory or your own fleet on ground, right?
So I think our value is that we want to enable SMEs and MSMEs of the country. Capability of those businesses to be able to service their customers who are local in nature. See, Shiprocket by itself already managed intercity deliveries, right? If you want to ship anything from Delhi to Bombay, I think there are several businesses which are growing their business locally. This is a solution to be able to use their inventory and try and sell it to their customers and use this delivery so that it can happen, that delivery can happen immediately. Because today that they may or may not have that capability to deliver faster to their customers. And from a fleet perspective, it is typically there are fleet companies who service Blinkit, Zomato directly, indirectly. They are the network or the supply per se is similar in nature.
Yeah, yeah. So can you please explain the logistics model of it? Like you said, anyone can pick it up, be someone from Proto or a different company. So how does it work in a bidding model, and or what's the technology behind it?
So technology that we built is in-house. There are obviously, as I explained to you, sending that particular task to everybody is the base technology, but there are several pieces of data engines. I will not call it artificial intelligence. I would call it big data engines to be able to do this. There are several workflows that we have built upon it so that this particular transaction is smooth for the customer. So I think as a company, as Shiprocket being a technology first company, our effort is trying to solve for those main challenges. How does the rider get assigned? Does the rider come to you in time or not? If there are any edge cases, how do we send somebody else to do the same task if the person has failed to do the task? How do we show tracking? How do we keep the customer engaged? Payment methods. Do we collect COD on delivery or not? Do we collect payments of the shipping charge on delivery or not? All those are complex workflows that as a technology company we build upon. That is the tech part of it. The supply chain is fairly simple. Supply chain is these partners have riders who are servicing different type of demand. They could be servicing a Zomato delivery or a Swiggy delivery or doing some other task for somebody. And between all the tasks that they're getting, ours is also a one task that they would get. The writer would make different type of earning from a different level of task, and these writer partners will typically pick and choose what suits their need, where they're going from, where they are, how much money they will earn, at what time of the day what will they do. Different writer partners are doing different things with these companies, and this demand, the challenge for us to solve is how do we make sure that this demand and supply, the right place where this demand is and the right place where the supply is, capability of a writer partner to earn more money, and then capability of demand giver or a shipper to be able to get the rider at the right time is the whole game per se.
So is there any location-wise boundary or a radius that in which it can work?
I think how now, because the market is pretty mature, the demand and the supply pockets are largely defined. In our business, what happens is that demand or the pickup where the transaction or where that shipment will originate from might come normally comes from high population zones or high density zones where people are ordering food also. So high urban, densely populated zones. They in our case they can go anywhere, because food delivery typically happens in 2-3 kilometers, 4 kilometers radius. In our case, the average distance is 10 kilometers, 12 kilometers also, and goes up to 60 kilometers. It's a big use case in the industry for Shiprocket Quick. One of the key is that, for example, in a B2B use case, right? You run a factory. You want a spare part for your machinery, which is available in, say Delhi 6, which has a lot of these SMEs who are trading in machine parts. You have a machine in your factory, which is say in a industrial zone, which is itself 50 kilometers away from the location like this. You order it and you get it delivered.
Right, right. And if you could tell us about the kind of growth you are expecting of Shiprocket Quick in the coming years.
We are early in this space. We are early as a platform right now, and when we've seen immense amount of growth, people using the platform a lot. We have opened it up for in existing Shiprocket users. We have about 1.5 lakh active users. We've opened it up for them first, and just to test this out, and I think they're liking this. We will open it up for customers beyond the platform of Shiprocket very soon. But I believe that the market is very large. It is hard to quantify because a portion of your offline business will be transacted through this, where people will not go to the shop directly, but they will buy from the shop by communicating over WhatsApp and SMS and transaction through UPI. All that is still happening. It's just that the deliveries will start also happening. So anything, non-service retail category, and in a lot of cases, B2B SME category also, you will see, I foresee that there'll be a large amount of demand which will open up.
Right. So this particular product, it is entirely focused on MSMEs who are doing offline business.
Yeah, it's mostly for them, yes, to solve their needs.
And currently it is present in major cities of India like
Yeah,
Bangalore.
we are active in about seven, I think seven or eight cities: Delhi, Bangalore, Bombay, Kolkata, smaller cities like Pune, Jaipur, Hyderabad. Hyderabad is also active. Mumbai. So about seven, eight or metro cities are actually active right now.
And how do you think like this can change the game more in tier 2 and tier 3 cities? And what are your plans?
I think for us, we would love to focus. I think focus more in tier one cities. The reason for this is that this itself is new for tier one cities. So I think there are a lot of businesses of different type, small and medium, and consumers today would like to buy from those local businesses. I think that is where we would love to focus and help businesses in other ways to be able to get discovery, etc. in the future, to be able to have these customers know about them so that they can transact with them over phone, WhatsApp, or other mediums, and then get their orders delivered to them.
Right. Any short-term goals?
Short-term goals. I don't know. Short-term goals is to be able to make sure that we are able to maintain a particular quality of experience where the expectation of a consumer to get these goods faster in their hands and get a good experience during that. So once they have created an order, till that point of time they get it in their customer's hand is something that we want to make sure that we are solving best. Alongside also any during this process, if there are any edge cases like rider is not able to reach, there can be multiple issues that could occur. How does the platform manage it? How does the support system manage all of that? Is something that we are typically trying to solve for. Those are our short-term goals to be able to make sure that the customer expectation, our KPIs around that are well within our limits of our control limits.
Right, right. So before we end this interview, I would like to ask one personal question. Tell us about first the most memorable story that you keep telling everyone in your journey at Shiprocket.
There are several. I'm just thinking which one I do use the most. I have never been asked this question. I think they have been building a startup. There are several, right? But I would specifically talk about this particular memory of when Shiprocket was scaling, and during COVID, there were these, we had been able to get our approval, and this was the early days of COVID when even courier was banned from movement, right? And I had a young one at my house in my house, and I had put up several masks, and I went to the closest district office because we were meeting the district health and also the police. I think the SHO or the SP there, to be able to make sure that we can open up courier for important goods that were required for COVID times. And I remember that. And when in the morning we met, we stayed there for 4 5 hours, and that everybody thought we will get COVID. And then we had opened up by evening, with all due respect to the officials who were helping us be able to open up. And by evening, we had a notice out that we could move anything which is required to be able to support health of people. And we had these oxygen concentrators that we had to ship and by evening we had them shipped out, and they were delivered the next morning. That was, I think, that is one of the things that you understand, that okay, you have power to do, if you are able to put your efforts in the right place. You have the power to be able to do good things also, not just run a company to generate profits, but also do goodness.
Right, giving it back to the society and doing good for the overall. And maybe a most challenging assignment that you have had in your entire logistics career.
I think it's the wrong question to ask a startup founder. I think there's no one that I can specifically pick on. There are so many challenges, and every small business that you pick up to do, or anything that you're trying to launch, it can be a feature to something big. But I think it's one big challenge is, we're a 13-year-old startup, and one thing that we've always focused on is ensuring that how we enable small businesses to be able to democratize e-commerce for them. They have this standing in e-commerce. They're able to give the customers an experience that the customers are really looking for. And I think that is the biggest challenge. And every day of what we do, everything that we do is to be able to solve for that. That challenge will is has not gone away completely, will not go away completely. We or companies like us have to innovate so that businesses, smaller businesses, without making upfront investments, are able to use tools to be able to grow their business or keep themselves competitive in the market. I think that is the biggest challenge, that is the biggest goal, and that is our vision. And things like those don't have can't be solved in months or years. It sometimes takes, you just have to be on it.
Right, perfect, perfect. Thank you so much for your time, Gautam. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you, Rajni. Thank you very much.